always wear a white shield. That is why. And if you forget, and you like just like me now for the past like a few minutes, like I was thinking about other things while they were trying to steal this cheat from me to connect you with someone else. Always remember your white light shield, and every time you connect with that white light shield, connect it back to the last time you remember, and use the law of precipitation to make it grow. So it's now you are thinking not just for 1 second, but from here to from the past to when you started being that white light. So this whole entire time, from when I was born in 1981 to 2020, I have been this white light, and knowing that. So everything, your whole life, everything is. So yesterday in a few minutes doesn't even like you are good. So whatever you trying to do, Linda, it won't work. Alright, so Linda tells me that she has her husband Rudy Gibolante, and he has some of my money, or is stealing from more people, and stole that car or more, and they want, but he's only a mirror for Richard Green. But Rudy, I mean Linda and Rudy and his daughter Alexandra Cortez sent Sarah Ann to Virginia, and she moved right next door to my house. Her name is Sarah Ann Brown. I go as Charli Brown Beatz. So it's too much of a coincidence that this shameless person will want to come and move next door. So she married some dude named Matthew Brown, who has twin brothers, and she has told me that these twin brothers that Matthew Brown has help her do black magic, and that is why she is like even known in the black magic world for witches. Like she just kills people for fun. She tells me, she's like, it has never taken someone this long to try to kill me, because she says it takes her a week to get inside of you, fake your emotions. You thinking you want to die or something. It's because she's inside of you doing that to you. And she says she did this to Song with the rest of her friends, with the rest of her witch coven. So that's one person. They did the same thing to Prodigy from Mobb Deep. His name is Albert Johnson. He was in the song with Evidence that I produced called Fame. And Evidence just lost his wife. Her name was Wendy Lisette Guerra. And they said themselves they killed her as well. They even told me that Evidence is possessed by them, and he is become one of them. Evidence is a rapper who I guess wanted to be more than what he is. So they told him, look, Prodigy wanted some money from him, from the same song. And also because Prodigy knew of the witches who had infiltrated him, even through Evidence. And these are the same witches I'm telling you about. So he rejected them, telling them, you are just an energy vampire. You cannot speak to me. You can stop. And he wanted to find out who they were. He knew it was going to happen. So they tell me they made him want to go at Evidence, so that Evidence already owed him money supposedly for the same song. And Prodigy found out and says, why are you not paying me my money? And at the same time, he was trying to find out who these people were, because they were messing with his mind as well. Nobody wants people inside your mind. Everybody is always going to reject you. You don't have any special powers. You have a whole entire witch coven of people who they have to attack and take over every single one of your chakras. So it's like me punking you. I have to punk you, and you have to have the utmost fear of me in order for me to communicate with you right now with this big witch coven. So they take over you. They don't have, so they, it's no way that you should ever side with them in the first place. And they're going to tell you, oh, we could teach you and open your third eye. But what they are actually doing is they are using their third eye inside of you. Linda has told me when she leaves, she's taking everything with her. She's been holding everything. Everything she teaches the sub-witches, she's holding. So you're going to either die and forget, and she wants to leave with it. Another thing that I want to say is that my social security card, when I was a little kid, they must have made a typo, and there is a typo in my last name. I never really got to fixing it because I never really cared. So now they're telling me because they made a typo in my social that it gives these witches out of a energy like enslavement. And this makes a lot of sense. So because they made a mistake in my social, then you, by some sort of mathematic way of finding people in the world, the people who are all the way at the top controlling everything do not know of me. It's like if almost I wasn't underneath them. So they are, I think, the top people who are doing witchcraft to the world, like Elizabeth from England and everyone. So everything is underneath those, like, first the country, second the language. Do you see what you call her? So the language, English, and she claims to be the Queen of England. So you are automatically giving her your power, giving her everything. So you are underneath that, and the whole United States is underneath that because you speak English. Because it was pretty much people who moved here. Now look at the New York. New York is like the New Yorkshire. Yorkshire is in England, and it's where they're doing witchcraft from. So they named New York twice, and anything that is done two times cancels itself out in the consciousness. They think. So they have all been thinking that anything that is coming from New York is hexing the world, like the United Nations. So everything like that's going on from New York, like it's all going to like not exist because of the name. And so like a witch, you have to find another little witch who is trying to learn to get all that karma back so you don't get in trouble and what you're trying to do works. Because if you have to pay for it, then it didn't work in the first place. So they are using New York to do certain things so that they could get away. So even like with places, they are doing this. And if you were born in anywhere in the U.S. or are part of this underneath system, then you have already, like, you are pretty much been grown, because it's been over hundreds of years that they've been doing this. So if you are like this, what I'm telling you, born anywhere in the U.S. or you are accounted for with your social through whatever, you are pretty much underneath them, and so you have been grown. So that is the control that they think they have. So me having this social security card that where they made a typo and they can't energetically or mathematically get to me to control me, Linda wants this because she says this gets her out of that control so she could do more black magic and become more of a powerful person or witch. And she doesn't give a fuck about my beats or my music. They all are gonna try to like give each other a little piece of there with her daughter and her people Sarah Ann and the rest of these wannabes. So, so that's what she said to me. She says, I don't care about your beats and none of that, whatever. You know, I've seen some twice right now. I'll say it again. That's another thing that you should always pay attention in. And whenever you see someone speaking, like right now, they try to repeat what I just said in order to cancel it out. But since I am telling you what they're trying to do, it doesn't work. It won't work. Just like the movies. I say right now, I don't accept no programs from any movies or games or music or anything. They are using movies as molds. So if there's a movie like maybe say Bart Simpson, like the Simpsons, that is known everywhere. There's a mold of like the kid, like Bart being the cool kid, and then a bunch of other kids, like dumb kids, hating on Bart, or wanting to be like Bart. I don't know. Like I don't really watch TV too much. All I know is that they are using this to like get you to act a certain way reversely. So now Bart, right, is the cool kid, and him being the main character, it reverses around to everyone who is against Bart. So now instead of like, now you have that like hate, you start to hate on Bart or whoever. So if they put a mold, like they get you to accept that I'm Bart, then now all of you people are going to hate on me quantumly through that program that the whole entire collective has in their mind from watching TV. So now you are just a hater because of a movie that they know how to use reversely against you because you have no knowledge of this. And it's like that with a bunch of shows. Like